Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us for this week's SITREP. My name is Natalie.
And my name is Shelia.
Welcome back to 2023 SITREP. As always, before we begin, Shelia and I will speak about the Veterans One Stop and Military Veteran Peer Network, and then we'll introduce our guest for this week, our very special guest. So as you know, Military Veteran Peer Network offers community resource assistance. So basically what that means is that if the veteran, the service member, or the family member is in need of employment, filing for disability, housing, rental, and utility, literally anything, Shelia and I will be able to assist all for free, regardless of discharge status. We also offer volunteer opportunities, which include one-on-one peer support. We offer peer support groups that individuals can facilitate. In addition to that, we also do suicide prevention and suicide awareness trainings that is not just focused on the veteran or military community, but also is open to the public, you know, for just general awareness. And lastly, I'm forgetting something.
Mental health proceed.
In those suicide prevention trainings, we do CALM, which is counseling on access to lethal means, which focuses on putting time and distance between the individual and the form of lethal means. So we also do ask about suicide to save a life. We do mental health first aid for both youth and adults, and I'm missing one.
Safe.
And safe training, which is in collaboration with the VA. So if you're interested in getting more information on that, or just, you know, wanting to learn more on what we offer for Military Veteran Peer Network, feel free to reach out to Shelia or myself. And now I will turn it over to Ms. Shelia that will talk about the One Stop.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So with the Veterans One Stop Center, they offer free counseling services. It's for the veterans, it's for active duty, and that is for National Guard and reserves included, and their families. Again, like Natalie already mentioned, it doesn't matter your discharge status. Also, we have a couple of organizations housed here. We have the Veteran Business Association. So if you have questions about business or you want to start it, they can get you taken care of. We have TVC claims department. So if you're trying to start your claim or you have questions about your claim, they can get you squared away. And then we have an education department. So with that, we have Grand Canyon University and Western Governors University. And the good thing about them is they'll answer any questions you have pertaining to, you know, GI Bill, if you want to start going to school or whatever, and they don't just focus on their particular schools. So if you're trying to go to UTEP or whatever, they'll get you squared away with that. And then of course, we're housed here as well. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to what Natalie called our very special guest. He is the caseworker for the Veterans One Stop Center, and he's going to tell you a little bit about himself and what it is that he does here. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you.
Hello, hi team. My name is Guillermo Torres. I'm the caseworker of the Veterans One Stop. One of our services that we have here, besides therapy and MVPN, as well as case management. So the typical case management that people will think about will be like CPS case or probation. So people that have CPS cases open or going through the system, or as well probation, usually those case workers will contact me and we'll have a communication. That way it will be easier for you to take care of that in that sector, and then you can concentrate more on your mental health. Everybody understands that if you had to send reports to the CPS case managers or case workers or your probation officers, what takes personal time from your time. And that way, if I'm working with you because I'm part of your team, I'm working for you, you can concentrate on your therapy and your mental health. So most of the time, besides that, caseworkers provide individual and families and groups with psychosocial support needed to cope with chronic, acute, and terminal illnesses. And usually those services will find in like a family caregiver, as well information for counseling. And one of the things that we do, all of us, is basically to refer other people. So when we say refer other people, let's say there's some services that you don't qualify, or we're not qualified to assist you. We will still work for you. We will find the proper help that you need. That way you can actually get squared away. So just because we cannot assist you in certain little things here and there, doesn't mean that we cannot help you. There's only one way to find out. Go ahead and call us at Veterans One Stop and MVPN. We're here to assist you. And like I said, if we don't have the information, we will definitely find it for you guys.
So let me ask you a question. I know you focused on CPS, but you pretty much work hand in hand with the counselor, or with the therapist, right? So if they develop a plan or whatever, you help them to get squared away, like in daily life type stuff?
Correct. Well, one of my goals is to make sure, one, the therapists don't get too attached to clients, because it happens. You get to know your clients, have the certain comfort zone with them. But the whole point of coming over here is to get therapy. So my job is to make sure the therapist focus on therapy. And as well, I'll remind the clients, because sometimes clients do get comfortable with therapists and they're afraid to make those personal decisions that can be, well, life-changing. But because maybe they have self-doubt or self-esteem problems or other things going on in the background, it's my job to remind them that we're here to help them, support them, but as well to teach them coping skills. And that way in the future, they can take care of themselves. They can actually just do the coping skills, practice them, and apply to their daily life.
So make sure I'm tracking. So essentially, common sense, the therapist takes care of like the mental aspect, whatever mental illnesses they might have, whether it be PTSD, anxiety, or whatever. And then like the common stuff, which might affect it more, like, lack of employment, lack of housing, no food in the house type thing. That's where you'll come in and separate that from the therapist, and you focus on that aspect to make sure they're good to go. As
well, those would be those references. And yeah, you're absolutely right. If, how can a client can concentrate on the mental health if they're worrying about, well, food, what kind of food, or if they have money to buy food, they don't have no money to put food on the table. So yeah, that's part of the sector that I want to make sure the clients understand that, look, let me help you. I have resources, I have my MVPN. We have stuff that we have over here in the Paso City, food banks, all that information, we have them. That way they can go to the therapist and talk about the mental health, not on, I'm hungry.
Okay. No, thank you. I appreciate that. Natalie, do you have anything? Well, thank you for your time. It sounds like you're very, very busy. So we're going to go ahead and let you go, but we appreciate you coming by and talking with us and explaining what you do as far as a caseworker for the Veterans One Stop Center. And that is it. You have a great day and stay safe.
Bye now.